Another day, another story. Welcome to today's Daily Insight on the planets, June 17, 2023. We're all being asked to take stock of recent progress. The Moon in Gemini is forming a sextile to Mars, helping us think in productive terms, while Mercury in Gemini will form its own sextile to Venus, coordinating our personal expression. Saturn is the top performer today, however, as it turns retrograde in Pisces at 1:27 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time, beginning a 5-month cycle for us to retrace our recent steps. Use this time for course corrections and to acclimate to new changes. Aries, it's time to turn inward for a while. Karmic Saturn is slipping into retrograde motion for the next 5 months, beginning a reflective tour of your 12th house of release. Saturn's tour through this sector of your chart is all about letting go of things which no longer serve you, be they relationships, habits, or old baggage. This retrograde phase is going to help certify that you are indeed letting go of these things, so get prepared to lighten your load. Taurus, your social groups are about to go through an adjustment period. Saturn in your 11th house of networks is turning retrograde today, and for the next 5 months it will be slowly but surely weeding out any people who aren't truly on Team Taurus. Don't think you need to start weighing everyone's worth, but pay attention if people you consider part of your crew routinely fail to show up for you. If they aren't supporting you, then they don't need to be around. Gemini, course correction could be necessary at present. Saturn is turning retrograde in your 10th house of career, starting a 5-month phase where the cosmos is actively balancing your actions and your ambitions, regulating whether or not they're in line with one another. If major projects have developed recently, you may need to return to them for a second look. Don't hesitate to shore them up to make sure that they're as well produced as you can possibly manage. Firmer foundations will improve future endeavors. Cancer, moving forward may feel more like stepping backward at the moment. You've been able to explore your world more thoroughly ever since Saturn entered your expansive 9th house, but Saturn is turning retrograde for the next 5 months. During this phase, you're encouraged by the universe to retrace the steps you have taken recently and make an effort to continue in the right direction. If you're heading for somewhere slightly different than what you were hoping, this is the time to adjust your inner GPS. Leo, there's no room for blurred lines when it comes to current matters of ownership. Your 8th house of sharing is taking center stage, as masterful Saturn turns retrograde in this sector, meaning it's time to learn some lessons regarding personal territory boundaries. If you've been treating other people casually or not bothering to stay on top of your material responsibilities, it could return to haunt you. Clarity and responsibility are the best way to ensure matters don't get out of hand. Virgo, it takes time and effort to achieve true equality in your present relationships. Saturn is empowering you to learn that lesson as it turns retrograde in your 7th house of partnerships, setting you up for a 5-month cycle when you can reach an even give and take in your closest bonds, whether platonic, business, or romantic. It may sometimes feel stressful when you try to achieve a more symbiotic relationship with a partner, but doing so will make you both stronger together and apart. Libra, your body is your temple, Libra, and regular maintenance is required. Focusing on your physical well-being is especially important currently, thanks to Saturn beginning its 5-month retrograde phase in your 6th house of health. Take a deep breath, slow down, and make sure you're running at top capacity. In particular, if you've been feeling run down for any reason, start making efforts to improve the situation. Your health is your wealth, and Saturn wants you to make a serious investment in it. Scorpio, what brought you joy at one point in your life won't always satisfy you the same way at this time. Your 5th house of pleasure is hosting today's Saturn retrograde, beginning a new cycle when your inner child can undergo some internal evolution. This can feel like disillusionment, depending on what sets it off, but that's natural when you realize you don't feel the same way about things you once held dear. It's natural to move on. New pleasures are waiting for you. Sagittarius, your home and hearth are demanding your attention. Masterful Saturn is beginning its retrograde phase in your 4th house of foundations, indicating this is your karmic moment to work through any issues or complications that may be stirring in your domicile. This might be centered around family members or roommates, or it could involve dealing with the literal physical structures of your abode. Putting these issues off won't be possible much longer. It's time to make your space both comfortable and stable. It's one thing to make money, it's another thing to know what to do with it. Stern Saturn is beginning a 5-month retrograde phase in your second house of material income, helping you direct the money you earn in productive ways. Got some disposable income? Contemplate using this cycle to learn about investment opportunities or ways to earn passively. Opposingly, if you feel financially lacking or stretched thin, Saturn can help you make long-lasting improvements in the name of security. Capricorn. Knowing what you want to say and understanding how to say it are not necessarily the same things. Saturn is turning retrograde in your communication sector today, meaning it's time for you to start making sure your words line up with your intentions. Have you been building relationships or concepts upon scattered ideas? This is your chance to gather and shore them up. Don't be shocked if you also have no patience for small talk. Make every word count and people should willingly listen. Aquarius. It's one thing to make money, it's another thing to know what to do with it. Stern Saturn is beginning a 5-month retrograde phase in your second house of material income, helping you direct the money you earn in productive ways. Got some disposable income? Contemplate using this cycle to learn about investment opportunities or ways to earn passively. Opposingly, if you feel financially lacking or stretched thin, Saturn can help you make long-lasting improvements in the name of security. Pisces. Personal growth is rarely a linear path. Timekeeper Saturn is turning retrograde in your sign today, beginning a review process of all the ways you've matured since it first entered your sign earlier this year. Instead of sending you new assignments to undertake, Saturn is giving you the space to go over previous lessons and study up on anything you may have forgotten. This is also a good time to discover any ways you've changed lately. What has been shifting unseen beneath your surface?